Good morning, everyone. It's Stretford Post. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing well. Glory, glory, Man United. We are here, guys, the day before Manchester United face Newcastle United in a vital Premier League game. Of course, guys, we are ready. We're ready to rumble, guys. It is Stretford Post. It isn't Chatterbox, but it is Breaking Dawn, of course, guys. Here is where the real news happens, of course, guys. We don't just report the news. We break the news, of course, guys, on this channel. Breaking Dawn in, now we're yawning early in the morning, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel before I start. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video. If you guys can do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Now, let's get into some of your comments real quick. Big up Rasta Stocks. Absolutely going to get into that, of course, in regards to the transfer news, of course. So why don't you beg for money like other streams do? And why don't you work with many people? I'm going to get into that, actually. Let me get through all these first, guys. Stretford Post steps ahead with the gossip. Thank you so much. Redwood Tower, as usual, my friend. Big up, Sanjay. Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Nice to see you. Nice, of course. Now, let's get into some of the Manchester United news, of course, guys. Manchester United are interested in replacing Onana. It's said that Ruben Amorim is unhappy with Onana and he does not fit into his system, into the style that he hopes to play going forward, of course. Onana, of course, has been a subject of lots of divide within the fan base. I mean, you know what? One thing I would say about Onana, he's done okay this season. He's improved, but he's always prone to the odd mistake, isn't he? There's always that odd mistake that is happening with Onana that you fear, you know, that little bit of anxiety. Do you know what I mean? That is the problem in regards to Onana. Now, there are a number of goalkeepers that Man United are looking at the moment, but one of those goalkeepers is the young goalkeeper from Belgium named Seny Lamens. Seny Lamens is a 22-year-old player, goalkeeper, who plays for Royal Antwerp. Now, people know about Royal Antwerp, know that Royal Antwerp have a good relationship with Man United. Back in the late 90s, Man United had a connection with Royal Antwerp. They were basically sister clubs, basically distributing young players. Like, for example, one young player will go to Antwerp for a season. Luke Chadwick famously went to Royal Antwerp, and we get some of their youngsters as well. It's completely different now, but Lamens would fetch a fee from 5 million euro. He would only be 5 million euro, but that could go up, of course. His contract runs out in 2027. Now, look, you know, we do need another goalkeeper in there. A 22-year-old goalkeeper, like obviously Lamens, would be a good buy, because at the moment we're a bit bleak when it comes to goalkeepers. We got Bain there. You know what? He's obviously not that guy. We got Onana. It's looking like he's not that guy. The one great thing about Onana, and I'm going to give praises where praise is due, is his personality. He has a great personality, but do you know what I mean? You only can get so far with a great personality, can't you? You can only, you know, take it. Your personality will only take so far. Talent comes, obviously takes the baton afterwards, doesn't it? I'm not saying he's not talented. I'm just saying that in regards to Onana, he just isn't that goalkeeper to get you to where we need to go, which is the championship challenging team, because that is where we need to go. We've been crying out for Man United to challenge for the title. Man United should be challenging for the title. And for this, Man United need a solid goalkeeper. Now, look, I am a Kovar fan. I'm a Donnarumma fan. I like goalkeepers like that. You know, I like goalkeepers who are domineering in their area, who, you know what, practice the dark art, step on some toes, push some players out the way, grab that ball or punch that ball out from the sky. That's what I want my goalkeeper. I don't want my goalkeeper standing on the line like Bambi on ice, you know, looking and waiting for the ball to curl right into him, where all it takes is a flick and it's a goal. We don't need that. We need someone who's going to be dominating the area, dominating his box. But, you know, every goalkeeper should be almost like a captain, in my opinion. Almost like a captain of the defense, right? That is what a goalkeeper should be. A goalkeeper should be the one you can rely on. A one, you know what, when the chips are down, you know, he's there to save you. Peter Schmeichel saved us many times and actually won us games single-handedly, guys. If you look at the treble-winning season, Peter Schmeichel saved us many, many times. And we had a lot to thank Peter Schmeichel. I mean, in my opinion, probably the player of the season, you know, and it was his last season during the treble-winning season. But that was just it. You know, when we talk about Newcastle, one of Peter Schmeichel's greatest games was against Newcastle at St. James's Park back in 95, 96, when Cantona got the winner in a 1-0 win. And, you know, this is what shows you what a great goalkeeper can be. It could be difference between 3 points and 3 points, of course, guys. That's what it could be. And at the moment, Man United don't have that type of goalkeeper in regards to Onana. I don't think he's that guy to take us to that next level, guys. I know that he's got a fan base. I know that some people like him. He's a very likable character. But what we got to understand is that we need to start liking the results as well. Do you know what I mean? Not just the character. We need a goalkeeper to save us. We wouldn't have lost to Nottingham Forest if it wasn't Onana. We wouldn't have got knocked out of the Champions League last season if it wasn't for Onana. Do you know what I mean? And we need to obviously change up the way we play. And then in regards to the goalkeeper, it starts with the goalkeeper. And of course, Man United and Ruben Amorim want to start from the goalkeeper and start building their own team again. Of course, this is frustrating as Man United fans. We're frustrated about all these rebuilds and getting new players in and stuff. We spent this money. Unfortunately, it's the nature of the beast. When you get a new manager in, the new manager's going to want to bring in his own players. He's going to want to build his own team that fit his style of football. At the moment, we don't have many players who fit his style of football. You probably can count on one hand how many players will fit his style of football, of course. So, look, we're going to have to take the hit. Man United are going to have to get rid of a number of players, but there has been a number of rumors about some of our players, and I want to bring this in very, very quickly in regards to Marcus Rashford. Now, look, I'm not going to talk too much about Marcus Rashford, but I want to just bring this in real quickly for you guys in regards to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford has been said in this quote here by Andy Mitten, guys. Andy Mitten obviously is a reliable journalist. He said, Andy Mitten said, every previous manager has had issues with Marcus Rashford. I've spoken to them. I know them. They've told me in confidence going back years and years and years. So Andy Mitten, right. Andy Mitten, why did you say this now? Why are you opening your mouth now? What is going on? What's going on with Marcus Rashford? Why are you confidently opening your mouth now? It's something we already knew. It's something we already knew about Marcus Rashford. It's something we already understood about his leaks and stuff like that. It was Marcus Rashford all along. We know it was Marcus Rashford. We know that he's a toxic personality. We know that he's owned by basically his family, and everything he does, he gets smoke blown up his backside, you know, every single time, even though he's done something wrong. And that is the problem with Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, in my opinion, needs to leave the football club, guys. And you know what? It would be better for Man United. And he's not the only one. There are a number of players that need to leave this football club, and they need to leave the football club pretty quickly because we're tired of the toxicity, if we're being totally honest with ourselves. We're tired of the moaning, the groaning, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, of course, guys. But if we get to something more positive, of course, Lamens of Belgium, of course, Royal Antwerp could be coming to Manchester United at a very affordable price as well. 22 years old, Belgium under 21 international. These are the type of signings we should be looking for, not spending 50 million on goalkeepers that, you know what, couldn't lace some of these goalkeepers in the championship boots. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you guys. And to be honest with you, I think it will be a good step forward for Man United if they replace Onana. I know that a lot of people like Onana, and I know that people want to keep Onana. But one thing I would say is that, you know, we need to like move on to someone who's going to be more assured in the goal, more of a long-term option in goal, and someone who can potentially take us to where we want to be, which is challenging for the title. Each one of these Man United fans in my community and around the world, they deserve success. We deserve success. We support the club through thick and thin, and these Man United fans deserve success. We don't want any clowns in goal. We don't. We need people who take this badge very, very seriously, and we want to start having results. And he's not the only one, of course, guys. There are a number of players there, of course. Let's read some of your comments. Big good morning, Pearl. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up, everyone. Hope you're good. Good to see you. Nice to see you, Pearl. Hope you're good, you and your family. I think we might sell Sal. It's time. Sell Sal. It's time to go. Absolutely. I mean, Rashford is going. I mean, I'm pretty certain that Marcus Rashford won't be at the football club next season. There will be a number of players that won't be at this football club next season. And there will be some players that you'll be surprised won't be at the football club next season because Ruben Amorim is acting ruthless now. Ruben Amorim, ruthless Amorim at the end of the day. That's what it's going to be because, you know, he's looking at these players and you know what? These players are on audition. And unfortunately, these players have failed their audition miserably. Well, are failing their audition miserably, ain't they? Not, I mean, only a couple of them you can really single out and say, well, you know what, he's done okay, he's done okay, he's done all right. You know, only a few of them you can say that. but many of those players will not be at the football club next season. It's over for a lot of these football players, for these players. Their trial, their audition is over. You know, if they have a miraculous recovery from here. They have to go on a winning run of ridiculous amounts of games, 7, 8, 9 games, before we can turn around and say, well, you know what? They're doing okay now. They're not bad now. You know what I mean? They're moving on. I don't think that's going to happen. And you and me both don't know that won't happen. These players don't have it in them mentally to do that. This is why we're looking at new players, and a new player is going to come onto the fore every single week. There'll be a new name because INEOS have a list of players, well over 100 of players that they are scouting, right? So that includes players all around the world. It's looking very bleak for some of those players in our current football team. Not only players that we are scouting, but we're also scouting our own youth development, our own youth team. There are players in our youth team that deserve a chance. And I've been saying this for a long time, that Man United do need to start giving some of these young players a chance. And I think they will. I think Ruben Amorim eventually will start giving them a chance. Good morning, Afro Soup, the legend. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing. Onana, we are pretty shaken with you. I know with Onana, we're pretty shaken. We're a little bit nervous, Afro Soup. We're very anxious. When Onana gets the ball, he doesn't distribute the ball quick enough. He's indecisive. He generally ends up oofing the ball up the field anyway. We didn't get him for that, of course, guys, which obviously, you know what, is a bit of an issue going forward, because if we want to play it, what do we want to do? We want to play it from the back, or do we want to hoof it up to the forward? I mean, that's the thing we have to understand. We can't have anything in between. We have one style of football, another style of football. At the moment, we're caught in between two styles of football, of course, guys, at the end of the day. To be honest with you, we're caught in between two, if we're being honest. Let me just do something, guys, real quickly. Tala ting. Wednesday, 3rd of January on Friday. Yeah, Friday. There we go. All right. Sorry, guys. There we go. Yeah, so that is it, guys. So basically now, look, I'm going to get into some more other transfer news real quickly, but there is news about the PSG player, obviously, Mawani. Mawani is a player, of course, guys, that plays for PSG, who Man United have been linked with a long time. News is starting to circulate around Mawani. News in Paris, various Parisian outlets have been talking about Mawani moving to Manchester United. Look, I like the player. I'll be honest with you, I like the player, but I'll be totally honest with you guys that I don't think he's that guy to get us to that next level in regards to goals, to creativity, etc. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's the guy who's going to get us to where we need to go, in my opinion. I really don't. And if I'm being honest with you guys, Mawani, you know what? I think we should save our money and spend it somewhere else. I think we should get another player in regards to that. A good player, but not quite the player that we need. But in regards to future players and up-and-coming players, again, Manchester United are interested in Jobe Bellingham. Jobe Bellingham is, of course, Jude Bellingham's brother, of course. 19-year-old Jobe Bellingham currently plays for Sunderland. Obviously, a very, very good player. Obviously, part of the Jude Bellingham family. Plays in a similar position, attacking midfielder. Manchester United could could be after Jobe Bellingham. 12 million euros he will cost. I mean, Man United could probably get him for about 20-25 million euros. Would it be a good buy? I mean, it will be a shrewd buy, a cheap buy in this day and age. Would you do that deal? I mean, for one, I would, guys. I would do that. 2 caps for the England under 21, of course, guys. Attacking midfielder, central midfielder, versatile, of course, and also a very affordable price, considering his potential. That is what I'm looking at. His contract runs out in 2028. He can also play as a centre forward if need be. He has a right foot. You know what, guys? I would do that. Highest market value is 12 million euros, guys. Man United could probably do a deal for about 20 million, 25 million. That will entice Sunderland, of course, guys. So another one. Of course, obviously, Ahmad went to Sunderland last year, didn't he? Like year before, and did incredibly well. So I don't see why Man United can't do a deal for Jobe Bellingham. I think that would be a great deal for Manchester United going forward. Signing a young player like that, who's got obvious potential. I mean, his brother is Jude Bellingham, isn't it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Zaid, the myth is Qataris are ready to go when they couldn't get proof of funds and were outbid by INEOS is laughable. In regards to Qatar, there was a lot of rumors and sinister rumors in regards to the Qatar whilst the bid was going on. Obviously, there was a lot of virtual signaling, and unfortunately, there was some bit of bigotry and racism, and which I didn't like in regards to the bid for Manchester United. Part of that was stirred by Jim Ratcliffe and his entourage, of course. We all know that Jim Ratcliffe likes the media. He likes the cameras on his face. The thing is that just because Qatar and Sheikh Jassim Hamid do not like the camera in their face, they thought he was fake, just because he doesn't like putting his face in front of the camera, right? And it's been proven that he's a real person, guys. And to be honest with you, Jim Ratcliffe is in a spot of bother because at the moment, he's not making the Man United faithful happy. He's actually going against everything we stand for at the moment. Look, you could say that we're $1 billion in debt, right? We're $1 billion in debt. Lots of people say, "Oh, we're $1 billion in debt. He needs to cut money. How's he going to cut money?" Guys, cutting 40 grand here, 50 grand here is not gonna raise you 1 billion. What would have raised you 1 billion if you just sold to bloody Qatar and just went, you know what I mean, and just got out of the way? At the end of the day, Qatar would have been a better option for Manchester United. I mean, I went on Qatari television talking about the Qatar bid, talking about it intensively, guys. And I told them why we need a full sale, why we need the Glazers out, why we need the debt cleared. And precisely right now, what's going on right now, the toxicity that's coming at Man United, this is precisely why we needed a full sale. This is why. We said it, didn't we? Now, all those guys, all those people, all those virtual signalers, all those people online who are talking about Qatar, slandering Qatar, where are they? Where are they, guys? They're nowhere to be seen at the end of the day. They're gone. They're gone. Do you know what I mean? Because they know it was the right sale for Man United to go with Qatar. People would tell you that Qatar wouldn't have bought the club anyway. Jim would, Glazers weren't going to sell the club. On the contrary, Glazers were going to sell the club. The Glazers were going to sell the club because the Glazers cannot afford a new stadium. They couldn't afford the new infrastructure of the academy. They couldn't afford a new transfer window. So they needed a man like Jim Ratcliffe to come in and do the work for him. A puppet, basically. You know what I mean? So Jim Ratcliffe facilitated the Glazers, and obviously the Glazers were laughing all the way to the bank, because they don't need to lift a finger. The fan base have gone quiet in regards to Glazers out. They're more targeting INEOS now. So INEOS are basically the puppets, the puppet show, basically. So the Glazers are still there. And the black cloud around the Glazers is still there. They're around Manchester United. They are the black cloud on top of Man United. And I personally feel they've put some serious curse on this football club. And I feel like the better they leave, the sooner they leave, the better. I would love someone to come and buy Man United. Obviously, there was that news, sensationalist news about Cristiano Ronaldo buying Man United. But obviously, that's just a pipe dream, of course. I doubt he's going to spend that much money on purchasing Manchester United, of course, guys. And to be honest with you, if anything's going to give him grey hairs, it will be Manchester United at the end of the day, of course. Guys, of course. Salam, Walang Salam. I think Ruben just made and now gave players a chance and they take the piss. Now he can get rid of them. Bring Barring a couple. Yeah, absolutely lies around me. You're absolutely spot on. Fair play to Ruben Amorim that he's given these players a chance. But you know what? A lot of these players haven't taken their chances, have they? They've been on audition and they failed miserably. And this was always going to be the case. In regards to what was going to happen with Ruben Amorim, whether he lost or won. INEOS are pretty clear about what's going on about Ruben Amorim. They're not going to sack Ruben Amorim. They know what's going on at the football club. If we're going to say anything about INEOS, they know what's going on at the moment at that football club. And they know who's down tooling. They know who's the good players. They know who's the bad players. This season basically was a trial. Basically, a way to find out who the good eggs are from the bad eggs. Who's going to give up? Who's going to be the first one to fall off that conveyor belt and fold, so to speak? And we all know who they are. And one of them is not playing anymore. And at the end of the day, there is rumors coming out of Marcus Rashford, surprise, surprise, Andy Mitten as well, about the way he conducts himself. The way he conducts himself, of course. So that is one thing. But Marcus Rashford is one problem, a number of problems at Man United, but he is a big brick in that brick wall. As I said, there's a brick wall, and behind that brick wall is our success, right? We've removed one of those brick walls, nearly, right? So one of those bricks is Marcus Rashford, right? We've removed one of those bricks, and it's a significant brick, but it hasn't quite knocked down the wall. So Man United need to get rid of 7, 8, 9 bricks to knock down that wall so that we can see the promised land, so that we can see Manchester United's success. At the moment, we've got too many of those walls stuck and too comfy, of course. The Qatari model at PSG isn't exactly successful. Look at PSG. It is successful because PSG didn't win anything before Qatari came in, Zayed. Nothing. They didn't win for 20 years. At the end of the day, what you have to look at things in context. This is the French league, right? PSG didn't win the French league in 20 odd years before Qatar came in. 20 odd years. Now, the greatest thing about what Qatar did, and I didn't care whether it was Qatar, Apple, Amazon who bought the football club. Guys, I've studied this intensively, Zayed. So, you have to be ready for this one. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that's why I was invited on TV talking about it, right? The end of the day, the best deal for Man United was a Qatari sale. And the reason that is, and the bottom line is because it is a full sale. It is debt cleared, which helps with FFP, if you know. It helps. And at the end of the day, it also means a new stadium, a new infrastructure, everything. And that all would be on the road now. Not every single Qatari is the same and you paint them with the same brush. We're just assuming that we are, right? We're assuming that every Qatari is the same. Every Englishman's the same. Jim Ratcliffe's the same. Jim Ratcliffe is the same as Ed Sheeran, isn't he? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, look, it's two different people. And it would have been a good move for Man United. I am firmly believe that. As a Man United through and through, 40 years, right? Englishman, yeah? I say Qatari would have been the best deal, for Manchester United. Yes, Jobe Bellingham. Yeah, what about Jobe Bellingham? Been speaking about Jobe Bellingham, GK. Yes. Jude Bellingham is his brother. And it's Bellingham, not Bellingham. Absolutely. Absolutely. Zaid, as a 25% shareholder, why would you clear the debt? You're only proven, well, why would, at the end of the day, if you're a Man United supporter, why would you have a Chelsea season ticket? If you're a Man United supporter, why would you facilitate the Glazers then? Why would you? At the end of the day, they are puppets for this football club. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. If you're saying this, right, why would you clear the debt? Why are they sacking people then? Why are they sacking people if they're not clearing the debt? Clearing the debt with 40 grand here, 100 grand here, that good, mate. You can't argue with that, man. You're just facilitating the Glazers, mate. That's one thing I would say. It's just a facilitation of the Glazers when you talk like that. Because at the end of the day, we all know what's going on at this football club. Absolutely. And we can't make excuses for the Glazers. Almac, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. To those that say PSG answer says, I would say they're the most successful than Nice, FC now haven't won that. Exactly, Almac. But people don't look at this. PSG went years without a title. Now they're always in the latter stages of the Champions League. The only reason they don't win the Champions League is because their league is weak, right? And I'll tell you an example. Scotland, right? They never do well in Europe because the league is weak. When you play up against the likes of Nice and Lens and teams like that, it's a big difference between playing Barcelona, Real Madrid, and, Liverpool. You know what I mean? So what happens is they will get so far in the Champions League, but they won't quite go over the line. They've been to a couple of finals, guys. Let's not forget, never in my lifetime would I thought PSG would get to 2 finals. They have. And they were unlucky in both finals. And at the end of the day, look, people can say that Qatar haven't done this, that. Well, where were PSG before Qatar came in? Tell me their league positions before Qatar came in. They didn't win anything, guys. Nothing. And they weren't close to. Lyon were the best team in France. You know what I mean? Closely followed by Monaco were the best team in France. Again, after that, Marseille were the best team. There was no PSG. None. We will get a full sale. We have no money coming in for player from Glazer. We hope so. Of course. Did you see the Athletic story? Glazers don't want Radcliffe to pump money in, expected an increase in share equity. Did I see Edge Athletic story? Glazers, the Athletic have been pro Radcliffe from the start. I wouldn't listen too much what they say at the end of the day, Jim Ratcliffe has already pumped $1 billion into Man United. He's also spent millions on a new academy already. Yeah. So he has invested money into it, INEOS money. So now the thing is that he's not looking for his own money. He's looking for government money, to build the stadium. Now, if we didn't have Jim Ratcliffe, the stadium would have already been being built right now, right as we speak. The bulldozers would be there right now, and the stadium would be built. You know what I mean? But 8 billion is a mammoth amount to ask Sheikh Jassim. Yeah, the thing is, Sheikh Jassim asked, he put 6 billion down. Man United are only worth about 3, right? He put 6 billion down. 1 billion of that was going to go to infrastructure, into the stadium, etc. But the Glazers wanted more. The greed of the Glazers wanted more. And who came to save the Glazers? None other than Chelsea season ticket holder, Jim Ratcliffe. I don't know anyone who is a season ticket holder of a rival club if they love their football club. I live in London, right? I used to live in London. I'm born in London, raised in London. Never once have I thought about buying a Chelsea, Arsenal, Palace, Tottenham season ticket. Never. Never once. I thought, you know what, let me buy a season ticket for them. I can get to see good teams then. F that. I'm sitting with the Manx. I'm sitting with Man United fans. That's why I'm sitting with. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, no one can tell me he's a Man United fan who facilitates the Glazers. The Glazers have been poisoned at Man United for 20-odd years now. We're coming into the 20th anniversary, guys. Do you know what I mean? The 20th anniversary. There is no way, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, that anyone could tell me that this was a good move for Man United. Yes, we have to back it because it's the only thing we have, at the moment, because of Jim Ratcliffe and he obviously greed. Obviously, it is the only thing we have. But at the end of the day, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. What he's doing at the moment isn't looking good. Well, obviously, Zaid, if Jim Ratcliffe can do leverage buys and put installments, why can't Ronaldo? At the end of the day, Glazers played safe, making Ratcliffe agree that any increase a minimum 3 at 33. Glazers are greed. Glazers are greed, and I will not have anyone on this stream talking any positive about Glazers. Never. Absolutely. I don't agree with Qatar on everything, but full sale with a stadium and zero debt sounds great to me. I support any ownership that clears the debt. Absolutely, Almac, it's all about football for us. No billionaire in this world. Are we going to talk about Americans? Are we going to talk about Zionists? Are we going to talk about people who have been creating, travesty throughout the world over this last year? Are we going to do that? Every single billionaire, every single government, no matter who it is, even my own, right, are dodgy as F, right? So at the moment, what we have to do is clear the ball from what is matters right now, right? We're talking about football, and you're absolutely spot on, Almac, because it is about football. It is about clearing the debt. It's about full sale only. It's about the Glazers out. And that is how it's always been. It's never been anything else. Whether that was Amazon, whether that was Apple, whether that was flipping Durex, it doesn't matter. I just wanted a full sale, do you know what I mean, at Man United, and get those Glazers out and we work everything out afterwards. Now, it's obvious that things are not looking good, bruv, are they? They're not looking good. People at Old Trafford, people, Man United fans that I know, close Man United fans, are on the phone to me telling me, you know what, it's bad, bro. It's bad. You know what I mean? The things are not looking good and stuff. I'm here in the Middle East. I'm hearing things. I'm getting people in the Middle East, guys. People over here in Abu Dhabi laughing at us, saying, how's the Jim Ratcliffe deal going? You know what I mean? I'm seeing that, guys. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy when you think about it at the end of the day. Good morning, Tesfa. How you doing, my friend? I saw. Real funny thing is the Glazers are in much better place since Radcliffe came. Absolutely. And making more money and have scapegoat the Guinness. Absolutely, Tesfa. The puppet on the string, Tesfa. Exactly. And the Glazers and Jim Ratcliffe, arrogance and their vanity project got in the way of common sense. That is exactly what happened. And now look, what are they doing? Cutting back on silly penny pinching. Even flipping Talk Sport have said it. Oh, Jim Ratcliffe is penny pinching. He's penny pinching. It is penny pinching. When you look at the grand scheme of things, Man United are $1 billion in debt, guys. And we're thinking about 50 grand for our legends. You know what I mean? 50 grand for our legends. Now, okay, Right. Let's say that INEOS get rid of all these players. They get rid of all these staff, members of staff, these people with mortgages, these people with rent, this, that, and the other. Okay, say they get rid of all that. Yeah, okay. Let's see what they do in the transfer market in January and the summer. Let's see if they get rid of the players that they're supposed to get rid of. Let's see. Let's bring it on to only football, right? And then only then we can judge them, can't we? We can only then judge them. At the moment, it's not looking good, in my opinion. I understand that pipe dream was a full sale. Newcastle have FFP. We would have had. No, we wouldn't have had. We wouldn't, because Man United accumulate more money than Newcastle United. Man United are the richest club in the world. The fact that Man United can still accumulate money in capital is absolutely incredible. So Man United are not Newcastle United. Newcastle are not a worldwide club. They are a club in the Northeast that are well supported in the Northeast. Man United are a different animal. Man United, if we cleared our debt, the amount of revenue that Man United make would have been able to spend a lot of money. Definitely. We're spending money now. You know what I mean? Let alone, we spent flipping, how much money did we spend in the summer? 260 odd million. How much did Newcastle spend? We have to look at things logically in context, guys. You have to look at it logically. At the end of the day, it was not a pipe dream. It was not a pipe dream. A pipe dream is something that wasn't realistic. That's a pipe dream. Me wanting to be, you know, a Miss Universe is a pipe dream. Or Mr. Universe, shall I say, is a pipe dream. That's a pipe dream. Qatar were there to buy the football club. Jim Ratcliffe got in the way. That's what happened. That's not a pipe dream. Sal, spot on. Thank you, UK Rap. Thank you, mate. I mean, I have to teach people, man. I have to teach people. You know what? I do this every day, guys. At the end of the day, and you know what? I actually speak to people in that area of the world and stuff. I live in Abu Dhabi at the moment. I do speak to a lot of people, of course, guys, at the end of the day. Lies around me. 10 players playing out of their skin. 1 player down in tools. The game becomes 4 out of 5 down. Tools manager gets sacked. Players get what they want. No more. We know. Spot on. Lies around me. Spot on, man. Spot on. Absolutely. Tesfa. Qatar was a better deal, but since they are from the East, people make up their reasons. Yeah, and we all know what those reasons are, don't we, Tesfa? And it's not anything to do with football. It's more to do with sinister reasons that I don't agree with, of course. Look at the recruitment at PSG. They bring in good talents and have excellent squad. Look at the recruitment at United. Exactly, guys. Almac, who do we want from PSG? Isn't it Nuno Mendes that we want from PSG? Didn't we sign Ugarte from PSG? You know, at the end of the day, look, they've got a lot of good players in that squad at the end of the day. And you know what? We can't say anything about PSG because they're incredibly more successful than us over the last 20 years. I think Zaid is a Glazer puppet. 1.5 billion and 25% and a total valuation of football. And apparently the valuation is higher than Qatar. So the Qatar PR don't match the output. Mate, your PR, your Radcliffe PR, mate, do you support Man United? Have you seen Man United fans? Sacking 250, say 235 over 2 years. 2 years, that's nothing. In 2 years, 35 million, that's nothing, mate. That's nothing. What are you talking about, Zaid? You're absolutely having a bubble, mate. Do you support Man United? My God. My goodness me. My goodness me. Lost the word, Zaid. Tesfa. PSG has spent 100 million on Kolo Muani, who they're trying to loan on 80 million. So what? They also spent less on Ugarte and stuff and got their money back. You know, let's talk about the players that they got. Let's talk about the players that they sold. Let's talk about what they've won, where they've been at the end of the day. Zaid is a Glazer puppet. I'm beginning to think that at the end of the day. Absolutely. He's trying to justify this. You can't justify that. You can't justify thousands of people protesting against people losing their jobs on 30 grand a year, on mortgages, on rent. That wouldn't have happened under Qatar. That wouldn't have happened under Qatar. At the end of the day, I'm Man United through and through, Zaid. You know, Man United through and through. My whole life, 40 odd years of that. I don't agree. I don't agree, Zaid. You can have your opinion about things, but you're absolutely way off the mark here. At the end of the day, Sir Jim Ratcliffe is a facilitator of the Glazers. And that is the way I pull it. And I'm not going to argue with that. Absolutely not. It's over. That is the debate over at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you're looking at things because you think you're right, but you're not. You're not. You know, when I look at it, it's like Google Gaga to me, what you're talking about. Google Gaga. At the end of the day, what I do is I talk about the football club. I talk about straight down the middle. Not if this, if that, if this, save this. What about this? It's not complicated. Full sale, Glazers out, debt cleared, sayonara. Done. There you go. More chance of success. I'm not saying we guarantee success. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you're painting every Qatari with the same brush. You're painting this guy the same as that guy. It's a bit like me, guys. If I paint this Qatari the same as that Qatari, and I make him out to be the same person, it's a bit like me painting Sir Jim Ratcliffe as bloody Ed Sheeran. They're both the same people because they're both English. They're both English. Good morning, Sal Ratcliffe. We'll do more changes January. I believe in him. We hope so. And that is one thing we say, but it wasn't the best deal, of course. I think some people are more concerned about race rather than football. I don't care about the race or religion of owners. I just want success. Absolutely, I'm at. And that is what it's about. I just want to say, how is the Glazers and INEOS better than Qatar? I mean, you have to be to think that. You have to be. Absolutely. No wonder they don't get anywhere in life. I mean, I'm sorry. Honest to God. Honest to God, mate, I supported this club a long time, and you know what? The only people supporting Radcliffe are people with race issues. You know what I mean? And that's it. At the end of the day, that's one thing I'll say, guys. It's been a brilliant show. I will end it early today because I have got a couple of things to do. I am actually meeting a journalist today, guys. So at the end of the day, I've got more important things to do than argue that a percentage buy is better than a full sale. At the end of the day, at the end of the day. At the end of the day. Tesla, I think everyone has a right to opinion, but we are a big club and we shouldn't have small mentality. 35 million is nothing. Absolutely, Tesla. It's funny, mate. It's funny. I can't understand how funny it is. How was your day, Sal? I know things are tough for us, but I know if we will get better, back up to the top. Big up, Jim. Glazers need to go, and our start Phil INEOS need to go unless they act. Absolutely spot on, mate. Spot on, my friend, Jim. As usual, always the gospel, of course, Jim. Always the gospel. At the end of the day, you're talking look, guys, I've been to over 500 Man United matches, right? 500 over, right? I spent my life traveling the world supporting this football club, right? The real Man United supporters don't support what is going on. And I have to say that. That's not from me. That's from all around the world of Man United supporters I've met and I know. And some of them have bloody supporters clubs. One of them here in Abu Dhabi. Now that we're meeting up after Christmas at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And that is the one thing I would say, you know, and I absolutely agree with Jim. You know, they are on fraud watch. One thing I would say, and I am a balanced individual, right? And I've been saying this from the beginning. They are all we have at the moment, right? But they were not the best option to buy. Qatar were the best option. But we have INEOS right now. INEOS are in charge of the football club right now, right? And at the end of the day, Zai, just because you're writing sentences, mate, you keep writing sentences. Football fans. If you see Man United as a business, I mean, that is up to you, but Man United not a business. You don't know much about Man United, Zai. Sorry, brother. You know what I mean? Sorry. At the end of the day, Man United is not a business. Man United is a cultural institution that came from 100 years ago from the working class man. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, guys. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we speak facts, and I'll tell you why. Here we go. Manchester United Chief Executive Financial Circumstances as the reasons for stopping funding the charity supporting former players. The club previously made an annual donation in the form of a quarterly payment of £10,000 to the AFMUP, which is the charity for the ex-players and the legends. A charity set up in 1985 to support players who had represented the club, the majority of whom do not earn enough as a result of their playing careers, of course. The club plans to continue working with them, supporting their events and participating in their activity. However, The decision with withdraw funding has been taken because the club continues to make significant losses. Thank you, Jim. A club insider said the aim is to put the club back on a sustainable financial footing so that we can invest in priorities which are success on the pitch and manufacture on the renewal. There you go. By cutting £80,000 and 35 million over 2 years, it's going to help Man United. Of course, guys, I don't think so at the end of the day. At the end of the day, guys, absolutely. Absolutely. Sal, I love the club more than you, and it hurts when our club is as it is. All I can say is I pray and hope. Me too, mate. Me too, brother. I agree as well. Basically made a stupid mistake. Turned off the electricity. You know what I mean? Sorry, guys, for that little delay. Yeah, it is what it is. Let me just do this. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it is what it is. United, I want to transfer Danny Olmo, Williams, Nico Williams, Mendes, Arroyo. I mean, that would be good. That would be good. Absolutely. Deliso. How you doing, Deliso? Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Thanks to the Glazers and Vaca, we are still in this situation, but if we say worse than better than worse, yes. So at the end of the day, we have to do what we have to do. Exactly what I've been saying from the beginning of this stream for months and months and months. But people want to cherry pick things, you know? They want to cherry pick things. I said we are stuck with the Glazers, and it is what it is at the moment. We can't do nothing about that. Let me just get my light on. Yeah, we are stuck with the Glazers, so it is what it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. What happens, brother? Electric went out, mate. Wife made a sabotage. Big up, big up. Idiot. Big up Big up, Lumen. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. What happened with the Britain when we were playing hide and seek banter? Big up, Sal. Big up, Jim. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit of technical difficulties there. It is what it is, guys. But I was about to finish anyway. I was about to finish early anyway, guys. But thank you, everyone who's joined me on the show today, of course, guys. And guys, look, I'm back later on for Chatterbox. Guys, hopefully all being well with the electronics and stuff like that, all being well. Hopefully it'll be good. But it's been a good debate. It's been a good debate. That's what it's about, guys. It's all about debate. It's all about opinion. But I'm going to shut down debates if I think it's wrong. Absolutely. That's okay. So that happens sometimes. Big up, Jim. Big up yourself at the end of the day. Zaid, at the end of the day, it's going to take time. Yes, it is, obviously. Jim Ratcliffe did say that he's going to walk to the destination rather than sprint into the destination. And by golly, he's walking. Definitely. He's crawling at the moment. So we look forward to divided than united at Presley. So we look more divided than united at Presley. Yeah. We at present. Yeah, we do. We are. And the reason is, I mean, I'm not saying this. I think that the United fan base has been more united right now than it has been in a while in regards to what's going on at the football club. And I'll tell you right now that 98% of this whole fan base is against what's going on. You know what I mean? We can have hypothetical scenarios. We can hope what's going to happen. But one thing we have to do at the end of the day is that I will say is just carry on and see what happens, of course, guys. And I hope it works out. That's it. There's nothing I want more than a successful Man United on the football pitch. That's what I want at the end of the day. I don't agree what's going on. I really don't. And to be honest with you, I'm fed up with, these cutbacks, these penny pinching. There is penny pinching. Even Talk Sport said it's penny pinching. My goodness, and Talk Sport notoriously are in favor of anything British. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, even they said it, of course, guys. Absolutely. Look, at the moment, we've made mistakes already. INEOS have already made mistakes. We know they have. But I'm not going to throw them at mistakes. We're human beings. We make mistakes, right? That is one thing I would say, at the end of the day. Stal, even a division between Hoyland and Xerxes. Hope you get my point. Yes, color different fans. Yeah. I get you, Lumen. And unfortunately, there is this within the fan base. It does plague the fan base. And it does. You're absolutely spot on. I have to admit, mate. This happens in the fan base. Unfortunately, there's a division in the fan base based on sinister reasons, not reasons in regards to football. Unfortunately, this happens, at this football club. And this is something that I was not used to when I was being raised as a Man United fan all those years ago, of course, guys. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I don't agree with it. It's all about what happens on the football pitch. That's all I care about at the end of the day. Jim, so you're a spot on. Our fan base is toxic and divided. Rant Said, another are blame. I mean, at the end of the day, you know what? I got a lot of love for Mark Goldbridge, but the biggest mistake that Mark Goldbridge gave is giving these guys a spotlight, giving these guys a platform. That's one thing I would say in regards to that, and at the end of the day, that it is what it is at the end of the day. And you know what? They're there to spit garbage, just to trying to be funny when they're not, at the end of the day, lack of talent and stuff like that, guys. Absolutely. Guys, you know what? Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Zaid. I can't get through everyone's chat right now. Obviously, I'm on my way out of the door. Can't get into more deep conversations. I believe what I believe in. You believe what you believe in, and that is it. But at the end of the day, you know what? Man United is what it's all about for me. It's all about Man United and what goes on with Man United and if we're successful or not, guys. That is what the most important thing is, guys. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. You absolutely, Jim, Jim, I'm thankful for people like you. Thank you so much, Jim. You legend. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you, everyone, at the end of the day. Mark Goldbridge is just as bad PR for Hoyland and Garnacho because they follow him. No, it's nothing to do with that. At the end of the day, Ahmad follows other people. Other people follow other people. There's nothing wrong with Garnacho or Hoyland. They're both fantastic young players, and we have to support these young players instead of spending your effort supporting old bogeys like Jim Ratcliffe. Spend your efforts trying to support some of these players because they're young and they're good. You know what I mean? And they need balls to their feet, absolutely, and start targeting players like Bruno and players like that, much older players side. Sal, Zayed, if you want to learn about Man United, my door's always open. Sal, I'm thankful for you, legendary. Thank you so much, Jim. Big up yourself. See you later, Sanjay. Take it easy. Have a great day. Guys, have a fantastic day. I'm Sal Warner. This is Stretford Post, and this is Breaking Dawn. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you later, and I'll see you later on for Chatterbox. Peace.